Oh, hello. As you can see, I'm under a Land Rover bonnet, suspected head gasket. So I'm just in the process of taking the cylinder head off. As you can see, most things are off now, and I'm about to lift the head. Take a look. Oh, Stanley, come here. Can't lose Stanley. Let's get the head off. Right. What about there, folks? Oh, no. Oh. How long's the bolt? There we go. So, come on. Right. That does come out the way. The back somewhere. Well, all the head bolts are out. Just need to. That was easier said than done. Right, let's get this off. I wish I was a bit taller or a bit younger. Of course, I'm gonna get tangled and everything. Get off. Why not? That to be something, folks. Oh, fuck off. Right. I'll stumble back down here. I shall put this on the bench, and we can take a closer look, folks. Right, let's have a quick look at the cylinder block and the bars. May have to put my glasses on. Take a closer look. Have a quick look at the head. Just open it down. So first we're looking for a weeping gasket, really. That's that could be a telltale. Little marks there. Little marks there. I think the next step would be to get the pressure tester. Or should I say get it pressure tested? Can't do that myself here. Yeah, I can see marks on there like somebody's rubbed it over with some emery paper or something. Well folks, the gasket's definitely been blowing there, which is there as you can see. Round here doesn't look brilliant, and I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but just there, and just there, and just there, very small cracks where the heater plug, glow plug comes through. I'm going to have to send this head to be pressure tested, but I might just hedge my bets, because I have another one of these engines outside in the container. It belongs to the same customer. Now that did have major overheating issues, however, do I send both heads and get them both tested, just in case one's knackered? Well folks, I've given it a bit of a clean off, got the injectors out, which come through these holes, and the glow plugs, which came through these holes. Happy to say they all happily came out. Don't know if you can see it, but this head has been rubbed over, so it's obviously had the head gasket done at some point, and it wasn't obviously skimmed. So we can see signs there and there, possibly into that cylinder. Possibly here. The only symptom was some slight pressurising and bubbles. There's no emulsification of the oil or anything like that. So, one more little test to do before I organise a pressure test is I'm going to fill the intake and exhaust ports with some cellulose thinners and just see if any comes out of the around the valves or anywhere else. It's a bit tight folks, I've got a Land Rover right behind me. Right. Whoever Port Noodle, can you send me some more tubs? I'm running out. There's a good chance it's going to go everywhere, folks. Didn't really think about that, did I? Could have done something with the spout. What we got? Half my mess. Right, that might make it easier. Touch more. Next. Nothing coming out of them. A little bit of seepage. More thinners. Okay, got some more thinners. Primitive way of testing valve seating, but cellulose thinner seems to get where many other things don't. I think what we'll do is we'll leave those for a little bit. Don't know if that's maybe weeping. That's it, that one is. Yeah, well, I'll finish my cuppa and then we'll take another look. Well, yeah, a bit more like it. That one's definitely wet. That one's wet. That one's wet, that one's wet. There's a little bit there. There's a fraction under there. So, we'll get it pressure tested. Let's just see if these little cracks are any detriment to it. And if everything checks out okay, we'll have the valves out. Probably lap them back in if the seats look okay. And if they need cutting, well, not till they come out. Well, no obvious massive cracks or anything. Like I say, it was only just starting to blow. So I took the cylinder head across to Lockside Engineering at Castleford. They pressure tested the head, gave it a skim, and it's come back to me. Also got all new gaskets, head bolts and things, so we're all good to go. The only job left is to whip the valves out. If you remember, I poured thinners down the parts and these were just starting to weep through, so I thought a quick lapping in of the valves in the old school way, some new stem seals, and this cylinder head will be good to go. So let's go take a look. Actually a nice day outside. Shame I can't see it. So, made a start on cleaning the block up, etc. while the head was away. We have gaskets and head bolts and things. And we have a freshly skimmed cylinder head. Like so. Have the valves out. Made a start on giving these a clean. The old trusty bench grinder with the wire wheel. Got a few more to do still, another 4. And it's time for a bit of old school, folks. I probably first lapped the valves in at least 35 years ago. And the tin was exactly the same of the grinding paste I got back then. So as I said, I've got a few valves still to clean up. This is how they came out, a little bit sooty. So, but excuse the noise. So, with the carbon removed, our special technical tool here can stick to the valve and give us the ability to rotate it. So the next stage is to lap in the valves. So with the valves cleaned, mainly to aid the specialised tool to stick to the valve, we can now start the lapping in procedure. Now I've given out the guides a blowout. Always check your valve goes in. And there's a little bit of play in them, but I'm going to have to live with that. So the next thing is to load up the valve with some grinding paste and lap it in. And where it actually seats, it'll go from that sort of slightly marked ring there to a nice even grey finish. Anything else I should tell you before we start? Oh, I will be using a little bit of lubricant on the valve stem because I don't like going in dry. So let's get ready and let's do this. Right, first things first. Stick the valve to the specialist tool, trying to get it as central as possible, like that. And then said grinding paste. Don't need much. I'll just put it around where it seats. There's two different courses of grit. We've got a coarse end and a fine end. For this cylinder head, the fine should be just enough to take that bit of glaze off. Right, bit of squirt of that. Down the hole we go. Get in. Now very lightly Just rotate it a few times, lift it, turn it, drop it back down gently. Rotate, lift. This just helps move it around the valve seat. And you can tell by the difference in noise when it's starting to either get pushed out or it's actually lapped in. This is the old school way of doing it. They are tools for doing this. Right, that feels quite smooth. Yeah, the muck rag, because this stuff gets everywhere, and it's imperative that you get it all removed for engine assembly. So you can see there, it's just cleaning up that face, and it's just cleaning up that face, but I think we'll do a little bit longer. Let's just put a bit more back on that. Wipe the pinkies and back in the hole. Scrape up the excess, put it back on. Never wiping your fingers with this stuff. Take a look. As you can see now, we have a nice grey area. Just wipe that off. So, the valve doesn't look too bad. What does the seat itself look like? That's the question. Peep with the light. Yep, that don't look bad. So, I'll wipe that side as well. That's one. Let's move on to the next. So the same again. Trying to keep it as central as possible. A bit of paste around where it seats. Like I say, you don't need much. You end up wiping most of it on a rag next to you. So, a bit of lubricant. And make sure you don't get grinding paste and lubricant mixed together, or you'll grind away the valve guide. So again, I should think this method of lapping valves in dates back over 100 years. Just redistribute that again. Obviously, as it works its way around, it pushes out of the side of the valve. Yeah. Not really a spectator sport. Generally the inlet valves don't take as much doing. When the days before unleaded petrol and hardened valve seats, the poor old exhaust seats used to take quite a beating and would burn away. Decokes and valve jobs were common. Let's take a look at that. As you can see on the valve, we've now got an unbroken grey line. Let's wipe this off and have a look. Yeah, and that to me looks okay. Now I suppose if this was my cylinder head, I'd be doing a little bit of port work, but it's not. As you can see there, the kind of unbroken line around the seating area. The seat itself now has a grey line round it compared to that kind of silvery one there on the inlet. That's both inlets. And the marked exhaust. We've done one. 6 to go. Yay! Right, we have all the valves lapped in. So next on the agenda, stem seals. Delightful little rubber things. Now, this being the TDI head, each of these valve springs has one of these washers that literally just sits in there. Make sure they're on before you put the stem seals on, because the stem seals don't actually fit through the washer. Right. What I'm going to do is use this wanky old socket, which just nicely fits over the top of the seal. So, well, you can see it, folks. We'll just sit that on the top there, like so. We'll get this pre-war hammer and socket. And just tap those down, as you can see. Lovely. Come on. So we'll get the rest of these on. Here's a little ledge there that they do butt up against. Now these seem quite a good fit, however the old ones had dislodged themselves and were just shoved up the actual valve stem itself. Last one. Come here. Be rolling off. Beautiful. Hair trapped in that one. Right, with all those seals on, next job's to fit the valves. Now these are actually held in place by, oh, come here, a retainer and some collets. Basically these little collets, you can see, it's got grooves in. Come on, dick fingers. There go in those grooves. and that stops it pulling off. Obviously the spring sits underneath. So the next thing to do is to give all these valves, collets, returners and springs a bit of a clean as they go in. A bit of lubricant on them. So I'll move the head over, get the spring compressor and give you a little demonstration. So with a little bit of oil on there, push that up the guide, through the seal, and it pops out there. The next thing, the valve spring compressor. Then we put the spring and returner there. Leave the end on the head of the valve and compress the spring. Now, you won't be able to see from there, folks, so just give me a minute. So with the springs compressed, time to get these little collets in place. Now, make sure they're the right way up, they're tapered. The thin end going down first. You'll probably drop them a time or two. And there's one. There's two. Now gently release, and there we go. You can see that one's in. So clean the next one up and put that one in. Okay, quick dip of oil on the valve. Where's it all gone? Put some hairs around it. Through it comes. Come here, valve spring compressor. Just being ultra careful, folks, because it's a freshly skimmed head. Right. You can see the valve poking through there. And then will it, won't it? Thank fuck for that. So that's the hard way to do it, folks. Much easier when you can have the head at a slightly better angle. So I shall not bore you with the rest of them. I'll save you the pain of watching me fumble about trying to get these collets in. Well, here we have it, folks. All the valves are now back in. What I normally do is actually just give them a little light tap on each one just to make sure they're all seated. Well folks, that's it for this video. You can see where we've got to, and a little bit of valve lapping just for excitement. I'm sure a few of you can remember doing it. Do you still do it? Anyway, thanks for watching, liking, subscribing and all that jazz. I'll catch you on the next one.